Hello people, and welcome to another Strength Habits video. In this video, I'm going to open up a bit about what goes through the mind of a strongman athlete while preparing and peaking for a competition. All from my experience in competing the last 2 years in strongman. Let's take things from the beginning. First of all, you have to choose a competition you want to take part of. There is quite a few variables for picking up the right competition for yourself. Among them is the level of experience, weight category, location, and date of the competition. A complete beginner that never done a strongman competition before, or maybe done one or two, would be better off taking part in a novice or first timers competition. These competitions are more of an initiation to the sport of strongman. For a more intermediate to advanced strongman, there are more challenging competitions that can qualify you for nationals or world-class competitions. As for the weight category, it doesn't matter much when you first start. Trying to fit in a lower category to be competitive in a novice competition is not worth it. As a beginner, you should try to get as much of exposure and experience on the sport as possible and find your optimal weight category later down the line. I, for example, competed a couple of times in open categories to push myself in getting stronger and get some competitions on my back before finding the weight category I am most competitive at. Point is, there is no need to put yourself into major weight cuts to fit in a category when you are still new to the sport. Finally, the location and timing of the competition is something to consider before choosing a meet. I live in London and there's plenty of competitions going around all throughout the year. I see it as an adventure, traveling to a different city to compete against other like-minded strong people and see who's the best on the day. Usually I choose an event 8 to 12 weeks beforehand to give myself plenty of time to prepare my body for it. The chapter of competing that is the most fascinating and interesting to me is the peak, meaning 4 to 6 weeks out of the big day. There's a lot of things going on into the athlete's head, and for each individual it can be different. I want to expand more on my own experience as a competitor and give you a glimpse of what's going on through my head during the peak. The sessions leading up to the meet are more and more demanding. The lifestyle has to be on point in every little detail. Nutrition, sleep, and stress are always important, but missing points in any of them during the peak can be detrimental for the performance on the day. For myself, it's very important to let the people on my close circle know what exactly is going on. Having people that support you in what you do is critical, and it takes some pressure away from you. Looking back to my previous preparations in the old days for powerlifting and more recently for strongman, I can see my character growing and maturing both as a lifter and as a person. In the beginning, I was not taking the whole competition too seriously. I had fun doing it, but I was not focused at all and I couldn't stay alert all throughout the meet. It was too much for me, I can say. Moving on to strongman, I tried to take it more seriously, but I went to the other side of the scale. I was now stressing about competing and putting unnecessary pressure on myself to do better, which sometimes led to overreaching. I honestly wanted to pull out so many times from competitions before. I wasn't having fun preparing or competing. On my last few competitions, I took a different approach. Knowing myself better, I can control my overall workload and keep out from burning out too soon. I am able to look ahead in time and see that the small victories session to session are the ones who bring the big success on the big day. I have nothing to prove to myself lifting wise, but when the day comes, I know I've done all it takes to do my best. I'm able to shut down all the what ifs and maybes that would otherwise keep me wondering if what I'm doing is correct or not. I have full trust in me and I have fun all the way through the preparation, workout by workout. This attitude is literally game changing for me, and I can tell it will only lead me to victory. For now, we get back to training, and I'll see you guys on the next one.